Go. Hello. So my name is Angie, and I'm with Inner Body Strength, and I'm going to teach a simple Pilates class today. Um, Pilates was created by a man, Joseph Pilates, and it's a system of exercise designed to strengthen the body from the inside out, pretty much. And you get to stretch from the inside out with your breath, which is what is the most amazing thing to me about the breath is that you're actually massaging your organs, internally massaging your organs with the breath. So this first exercise is called the 100, and it is to get your blood circulating. You got to breathe in for 5 pumps and breathe out for 5 arm pumps. So this is one exercise that like I could have a long conversation about because it's really difficult to do and there's so much to it, and also it's it's just kind of underrated. I think people don't do it enough. Now let's start by just centering yourself on your mat. So you have your feet in the center, hips right in the center, and you can check your space out. And think about hugging your thighs together as if you have a $1,500 check right there, or a $15 million check, and you're just holding on to that. You're going to slowly start to round your tailbone under you, and then pull yourself up. Okay, so we're just going to just inch our way back towards the mat, bone by bone. So we want to really try to lengthen each bone further away from each other, and pull yourself back up. And again, start to round the tailbone under, scooping the belly back. And we'll do 3 more, and then on that last one, we'll go ahead and lengthen all the way down to the mat, okay? And then every time you reach further away, hug your thighs together even more, and pull yourself back up. And last one, start to round the tailbone under. All right, so go ahead and this time lengthen yourself all the way down towards the mat, resting the head, neck, and the shoulders. All right, so from this position, as you're breathing, put one hand on your stomach, one hand on your chest. All right, we want to try to get the abdominals to stay scooped inward and upward, so that what happens is your air is getting sent up directly into your lungs, which are in the back, right, of the rib space. So we want to take that deep breath so that you can feel your back expanding towards the mat, and as you exhale, even more down towards the mat. So inhale, feel the back expanding east and west. And as you exhale, scoop the belly in a little bit more. So we're really trying to get connected to the center, into the body. One more breath, arms down by your side now. All right, and so the exercise 100 is really, everything is off the floor. Your feet will come up, your head will come up, and this is the position, okay? So if this is difficult for people, a modified version would be just to keep your feet down, staying nice and curled up. All right, and if your head, neck, and shoulders hurts, you can also just keep your head down. So the pumping of the arms is what I was talking about. It gets that blood circulating, right, with the inhale and the exhale. So you're going to vigorously pump those arms as you breathe in for 5 pumps and breathe out for 5 pumps, okay? So I'll show you this modified version. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. All right, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So continue pumping those arms and breathing that way. And if you can pick up your head, neck, and shoulders and your feet, go for it. And inhale. Exhale. And it is difficult to breathe in this position. Exhale, especially while you're talking, it's difficult. And inhale. Exhale. But it warms up the body. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 2 more breaths. And you can lengthen the legs up towards the ceiling. And the more distal your feet and your legs are, the harder your abdominals get to work. One last breath. Good. Just grab your legs in towards your chest. Hold on to them nice and tight. And then just shake your head to the left. Shake your head to the right. To relax any muscles in that neck if you got any tension there. We don't want to start an exercise with tension in the body. Huh? Teaching a class. I'm teaching a class. Sorry. So we want to release any tension in the body always to start with. So we want to really hug the thighs, get back into the body. So we're going to do the roll ups. So we'll start with those half roll backs again. So half roll back with your hands here is exactly how you're going to come up. The arms will reach up towards the ceiling. And arms come down. Grab your thighs, press your hands in, legs in towards each other, and round yourself back up, reaching back forward, okay? Let's keep the knees slightly bent. So if your knees stay bent, you get more slack in your spine. And the whole goal is to find this round shape to separate. This area in our back, in this lower back area, tends to like kind of fuse together, right? So working our way back, keep your feet stabilized, keep your legs bent. I feel like that's the most difficult thing for people, to really stabilize those legs. So keep hugging your thighs together and rounding down towards the mat, head back towards the mat. Arms come down, lift up your head, neck, and your shoulders, reaching for your thighs. Press your legs into your hands into your legs, and round yourself back up, okay? Maintain the C shape. So start to reach forward as you scoop the belly back to accentuate the C shape. And now, keeping the tailbone rolled under, we're going to start with the hips, pulling them back away from the legs, maintaining this position. Start to feel your middle back, your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, your shoulders, and then the head. All right. Going this slow is difficult. So I like to pick up the pace a bit. Reach it forward, and then roll back. So I always tell my advanced students that if you think that this is too easy for you, then you should go into a beginner's class, because they do things very slow in a beginner's class. So that's when you can actually focus on your breath. Take a deep inhale as you lift up. Now see if you don't need your hands. Round forward. And inhale, roll back. And if you are able to articulate through your spine with your legs straight, then go for it with straight legs. Lift up, round forward. And inhale, roll back. Exhale, lean it down towards the mat. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, round and reach forward, right? And you're just going to reach as far forward to where your feet is. That's also something to consider. If you can go further, don't, because it changes the whole exercise and it's more of a hamstring stretch. And you also lose the C shape in your back. So really this exercise is to really open up that lower back and then start to round. Well, and also for your core, right? You're going to feel your abdominals working, of course, in the back of the legs and the thighs. Actually, you feel every muscle in your body once you're doing it nice and correctly. You start to feel every muscle in the body. So it all works together as a unit. All right, let's do one more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, lengthen down. All right, so let's stay down on the mat this time. I'm just gonna adjust the camera a bit. All right, so the next exercise is single leg circles. So one leg at a time, hold up in the air. So grab your right leg and just give it a nice little pull. Holding onto that leg, take that leg up into the ceiling and reach the heel, lift the heel up, right? You can flex and point the foot, but if you reach the heel up, pressing your leg into your hand, it doesn't have to be a straight leg. Straight leg is overrated, but you're pressing your leg into your hand to lengthen the back of that thigh. My cat came for a visit. Hi, Missy. She always joins me when I'm teaching. All right, so we're gonna do 5. Oh, you look so cute with your little tuxedo on. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 exercises with this, 5 circles with this leg in the air. Okay, so I'm not concerned of the leg being straight. What I would want is this thigh to be perpendicular to the floor. Okay, so as long as your thigh is perpendicular to the floor, that's what I'm looking at. Is from the knee to the hip. Okay, so it can be bent, but you're gonna take the leg to the left, circle it out, stop right on top. Okay. So I'm showing you a modified version with the leg bent, but if you can't straighten the leg, you go for a straight leg. All right, so cross it in, down, swing it up, and hold. Cross in, cross the midline of the body, circle it around, and then stop right on top of your hip. One more time, cross in, down, swing it up, reverse it. All right, so arms nice and long by your side, stabilizing your upper body while you're mobilizing the leg, the right leg. So the left leg, nice and stable too. Take the leg out, down, cross the middle of the body and bring it right back out. Okay, 3 more. Go out, down, cross the midline and hold. 2, cross the midline and hold. 1 more. Good. And so switching legs. So I notice my left leg more than the one that's moving. Just an FYI. Excuse me, Missy. So switching legs, you're gonna hold your left knee into your chest and start to think about the one that's down. Like I said, when my right leg was in the air, I was really focusing on my left leg being stable. The one thing that one of my trainers said to me that always stuck with me about Pilates, go for a straight leg stretch, is that what's not moving is actually working really hard to stabilize. So that is an example of how the whole body is working as a unit. All right, so going with the left leg, we're gonna go into the circles, 5 circles in each direction. Okay, long arms by your side. Make sure your thigh is up, perpendicular to the floor. All right, so taking the leg over to the right, down and out, stop at the top. And 2, down, circle out and hold. 3, cross the midline of the body, go down, circle out and hold. 4, crossing the midline, down, bring it up and hold. 1 more. And reverse it. All right, so going to the left, down, circle up, and then stop right on top of your hip. Making sure you stop right on top of your hip, not in the middle of your body, but over your left hip. All right, to the left, down, cross it up, hold. Out, down, cross, lift, and hold. Out, down, cross the midline of the body, up and hold. And 1 more, out, down, cross, lift, and hold. All right, so that one is really good for posture too, because as you're stabilizing your body down here, I really feel my back engaging to be able to stay nice and stable. Place your hands underneath your thighs and let's rock up to a seated position. And that is the transition to the next exercise, which is one of my favorites, rolling like a ball, right? So there's the modified version would be with your hands underneath your thighs, finding the C shape again, rounding your tailbone under, so you're behind your sit bones. And then, do you guys know where your sit bones are? Let me just explain that real quick. But most of you guys probably do. But if you rock forward a bit, left and right, you'll feel these 2 bony objects, which are your sit bones. And if you roll back, you'll be on your tailbones. We want to be more on your tailbone with your downwards engaged. Lift up your feet, heels together, right? And we're going to rock back and rock back up, all right? And try not to skip any bones, right? So we're gonna inhale, rock back, and come right back up. Keeping this shape now, don't extend the leg or move the shape. So now bring the heels a little closer to the tailbone, press your legs into your hands into your legs, come right back up. Whoa, the leg just got really tight on me. Interesting. And rock back and bring it up. Now we all have an easy spot to balance, right? So this is one where you can really challenge yourself by imagine that you're gonna rock back, but don't. You're gonna get to a spot where it's really precarious. And that's where we wanna balance, okay? this would be too easy. I could stay here all day. But if you rock back a bit, then I really could feel my muscles engaging in a different way to stabilize me. So to make it more challenging, you can also put your hands on your chin and make it a tighter circle. The tighter the circle, the harder it is to control the rock and bring it forward. So try that. Press your heels together. Inhale, rock back. Strong exhale, come up. The breath really helps come up. And two more. Inhale, rock back. Exhale. And last one. Take a deep breath in. And rest. That inhale, that deep breath to rock back also is assisting because you're filling up your lungs. So that weight of your body is getting transferred in the back. All right, so going into more abdominal work, there is an abdominal series called the abdominal series, the ab series that we do this, and there's 5 exercises in a row. All 5 of them are just on your back with your head up. I don't know why there's an ab series within the Pilates system because it's all abs pretty much. But that's what he did. This is his order actually, and I kind of tend to follow it. I do waver away from his order of exercises from time to time, depending on the client that's in front of me. All right, so I'm taking my socks off because this exercise is going to be fast and you're going to warm up. So I'm actually going to turn off my heater. I have a little heater on. All right, so both knees into your chest. We're going to go 5 slow, and then we'll go 5 fast for each rep or each exercise. So the first one is a single leg stretch. You pull your right knee in, left leg out, pull your abs in, curl up as high as you can, but keeping your tailbone down. And switch. Scoop the belly in as you switch legs. And your right leg, as it goes out, it should not go further down. It needs to come to like a 40-degree angle. Don't let gravity pull it down. We're working the leg. And if it's too hard to go that far, you're going to aim up higher towards the ceiling. So switching, hold it in, and switch 3. Keep scooping the belly in, switch 3. If your neck hurts, then you can drop it. 4. Keep scooping your belly in or focus on your abdominals more. And we're going to go into one more this slow, and then we're going to go faster. Ready? Let's go. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now both legs in for the double leg stretch. All right, so take a rest with your head for 3 seconds. You can shake it to the left and right. Pull your navel in, curl up your spine, curl up your sternum. So both legs and arms are going to shoot out to the ceiling as you breathe in, again, which is difficult. Exhale, pull it all in. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, scoop it in. Good. One more at this pace, and then we'll go faster. And let's go for 5 more. Move for flow. Out, scoop it in. Extend, pull it in. Extend out. 3, scoop it in. 4, keep scooping your belly in. All right, and now grab your legs, drop your head, and turn it to the left, turn it to the right to release any tension that comes up. Now, regain the center, pull your belly in, engage your abdominal muscles. Press your legs into your hands in towards your legs to really engage your back, and then curl yourself back up for the scissors. So both legs in the air. Now I want you to press your legs into your hands so that your butt can come down towards the mat. You want to make sure your tailbone is down. Now split your legs apart like scissors, and then pull 2 times and switch legs. So you want to grab either the calf or the back of the thigh. That way, we're not messing with any nerves that are behind the knee. So if your calf is available, pull it 2 times and then switch. And pull, pull, switch. And again, if your legs are not straight like mine, don't worry about it. It's really about getting that stretch that we need, and eventually you will get there. And we're going to move a little faster. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, 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 pull. 2 more. Keep breathing. Now, both legs in the air, and drop your head for a moment. You can shake it to the left, shake it to the right. And every time I say that, I think of that song, The Rump Shaker. Just a side note. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that shows my age. All right, so from here, you're gonna put your hands behind your head and lower the thighs away from you, okay? So if that's too hard, of course, you can bend your knees because you're basically as you bend your knees, you're cutting short the distance of your legs. So it's more proximal to your body and little a bit easier. It's still challenging, but it is a bit easier to work from. The fulcrum is my favorite word, by the way. All right, so let's do 6 more. So what we're working on is the fulcrum area of the body, what connects the legs to the upper body. Your abdominals, your hips, your psoas muscle. And 3 more, I lost count, sorry. And scoop it up. So you can exhale as you lower the legs to pull your belly in. But when you start to get more advanced, I like to reverse the breath. I want to inhale on the way out, exhale on the way up. I like to think of again that inhale as my counterweight. So I'm filling up my lungs, filling up my lungs, filling up my lungs so that the legs can work more distantly. And I use that exhale to bring it back up. So inhale. And 1 more. And now for the last one, you bend both knees in, just drop your head for a moment. And this next one is called the crisscross. So you're gonna rotate your upper body to the right and switch, rotate your upper body to the left. Now, careful of bringing your elbow in because we don't want that. We want to keep your elbows nice and wide so that you're really trying to curl up and get your armpit towards your knee. All right, we're gonna move a little faster. 4, 5 more, 5, 5, 4, 4. Keep breathing. Keep scooping the belly in and feel how you're rotating. Rotate that rib cage and rest. Whew. Okay, I definitely felt that here. Typically we move a lot faster, but I'm just going slow for the video's sake. All right, so from here, we're gonna rock up to a seated position, or you could do a roll up. So I prefer to do roll-ups. I try to make all the transitions and exercises as well. So the arms are up towards the ceiling. You're gonna reach those arms down, reach for the thighs, or pull yourself up and round forward. So that roll-up is always difficult after the abdominal series. All right, good job. Now from here, we're gonna stay seated and on top of the sit bones. So I mentioned the fulcrum, which is the hips, right? You want to make sure that you're on your sit bones in this exercise. So for people that it's difficult sometimes to sit this way, and making sure that they are actually neutral with the pelvis. So what I mean by neutral for everyone is going to be different. It's that your hips are forward in alignment with the back hips, right? So that both hips are even. So if my pelvis was a bowl of water, it would be parallel. The top would be parallel to the floor. So if I'm rolled back, water will spill out the back if I'm not even. And if I come too far forward, water will spill out the front. So what we want is for it to be just nice and even, right? So I'll lift my shirt a bit so you can kind of see a little example. So if this is too difficult, you want to bend the knees. It gives you some slack there. And another thing you can do is sit on a yoga block, or you can put 2 yoga blocks together and sit on a yoga block. Or if you have like a little booster seat that you can sit on. So from here, you want to make sure that you are on your sit bones with no tension again, right? So I'll bend the knees a bit to just show that modified version. You're going to pull your toes up towards the ceiling, knees up to the ceiling to really stay activated. All right, now, bone by bone, we're gonna round forward. Head reaching first, shoulders, the rib cage is rounding forward, and the middle of your back is staying against this imaginary wall. So you really wanna reach forward as this is lifting up on your sit bones. So it's a little different from the one we did earlier. So from here, you're going to start to stack your spine up this imaginary wall, bone by bone. Shoulders glide down your back, and your head is the last thing to come up. Okay, so this is a good one for me because my habit is to tend to bring my neck forward, right, from being on the phone. So this is a good one for me to remind myself to put my head against this imaginary wall back here. So I'm going to lift up nice and tall, engaging my glutes, my abdominals, my inner core, and then drop my head forward. I'm still lifting up, still lifting and scooping my belly in, blowing the air out, and then stack up your spine, bone by bone, shoulders glide down, head is the last thing to come up. And you're going to inhale as you lift, exhale, drop, reach forward. Inhale, start to stack up your spine. So I'm going to incorporate that breath at the top and blow all the air out. So this is a breathing exercise. Inhale, lift up, fill up the back, expanding. Feel the rib cage expanding towards the sides and the back of the room. And then as you exhale, blowing the air out as if you're fogging a window on a cold night, like really blow it out. Really press it up with your abdominals. There's more air there than we think that we have to exhale. And then inhale, start to stack up your spine, shoulders glide down and head is up. Do your best to keep your arms up. I also know that this is difficult just to hold your arms up here. And inhale, lift up, relax the shoulders. Exhale. If it's too difficult to keep the arms up, you can always just drop them. Because it's the spine that we're working on, not the arms, but the arms are an extension of your spine. So we want to make sure that this is engaged and this is what's working. This is what we're actually trying to get to. In the beginning, you might feel a lot of tension up in this area, and that's totally fine because we're just waking up muscles that just haven't been used. And we're going to try to wake these up as well. And one more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Reach. And the cool thing about the body, take a deep inhale at the top and then exhale again. I was going to say the cool thing about the body is like everything wants to help. So the reason why we might get tension in these areas is because they're used to working more than this. And so they're going to, it's like a big party going on in your body, and they're going to take over because they're the ones that's always dancing, right? So we want to kick them, brush them off, kick them off the dance floor and wake up these muscles down here. Let's do one more. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop your chin towards your chest, reaching forward, relax the shoulders, keep scooping the belly in. Now inhale, start to stack up your spine on top of your sit bones, bone by bone, each bone getting further away, and your head is the last thing, right at the top. All right, so go ahead and relax the arms. Whew. Now from here, let's go and roll over onto our stomach. So I'd like to call this tummy time. Okay. All right, sorry. So on your stomach, you're gonna place your hands stacked right under, one on top of the other, and your forehead right on top of that. And relax the shoulders, and the head, neck, and the shoulders, and the arms down. And as you inhale, scoop the belly in and lift your head, neck, and shoulders, keeping your hands down, pressing down, and just lengthening your spine, holding that position for a moment. And let's see if we can draw the shoulders away from the ears. Now, I don't want to really force them too much, but enough to just relax the top of the shoulders and lift up. And then slowly lengthen your spine back down towards the mat. All right. So again, re-engaging, scoop the belly up off the mat. Imagine you have like a marble right under your belly button. You're going to scoop it in and lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Hold that for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly lengthen yourself back down towards the mat. All right. So this time we're going to take our hands with us. Keep your head connected to your hands. Your abs are engaging. You're going to lift up. Hold that for 3, 2, 1, and then come back down, right? So the head stays attached to the arms, to the hands. So again, scoop the belly in, widen your collarbone, and go ahead and start to lift up. Hold that for 3 seconds. Do your best to not hold your breath. And then come down slowly. with control. All right, let's do two more. All right, shake it all out because tension will always creep up. And you're going to scoop the belly in, widen the collarbone, engaging those shoulder blades on your back. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders, your heart off the mat. And it's okay, even if it's a centimeter. Just keep breathing. Take another breath if you can, scooping the belly in, relax the top of the shoulders, and then melt yourself back down towards the mat. Good job, you guys. Let's do one more. Abs engaging. Lift up and lengthen the top of the head towards the wall in front of you, okay? You want to make sure that you're lengthening before we start crunching the back or anything. You want to lengthen. And then if you can go up higher, then go for it. And then relax all the way down. So we're going to go into a child's pose now. So press your hands right where your armpits are. Push back and just open your knees wide. And now let's counter stretch out the back by reaching your hips back, reaching your arms forward, and rounding the back. So it's a little different from a child's pose because I like to really lift up the back to kind of get that counter stretch from that extension we just did. All right. And then we're going to shoot right back out onto your elbows. Okay? So feet together, knees together, and you're going to widen that collarbone away from the ears. Lengthen up nice and long. And then what we're going to do is kick your heel in towards your butt and extend the legs. Okay? Scoot forward a bit. And 1 second. I'm sorry. 1 second. I have to unlock the door. Okay. So, elbows are going to go right under the shoulders. You're going to lift your chest up again. It's easy to just sink down, right? You're going to lift that chest up, widen that collarbone, scoop the belly in, and then we'll do 10 kicks with each leg. Feet together, right heel will come in, kick, kick, and then extend. And left, kick, kick, and extend. And right, kick, kick, extend. You want to create resistance right there. So imagine you're pulling something so you can get that hamstring to work. And extend. And kick, kick, extend. And kick, kick, extend. 5, kick, kick, extend. And kick, kick, extend. And 6, extend. I love your hair. And 7, kick, kick, extend. And kick, kick. Good. And 8, make sure you're pressing that floor away from you. It's really easy to sink down. 9, kick, kick. And 1 more. 10. And kick, kick. All right. So go ahead and lengthen your spine back down, and let's go ahead and push yourself back into another counter stretch, rounding that back out, right? Getting that spine more flexible and reaching forward. Dropping your head, open your knees, and just take a couple breaths here. Relaxing that head down. Start to round up the spine again, doing a little counter stretch. And then shoot yourself back out. We're going to lie down on our sides and do our side work for our hips. Okay. So your hips are going to line up at the back of the mat and your whole body actually. Just line up your whole body with the back of the mat. So your feet, your hips, your arm, right? So you have this whole mat in front of you and now your legs can come forward to the front. Okay, now level out your hips so that your heels are together and lengthen your upper body. So there's a lift here, like there's enough space here for a breath, for like a little house for a mouse, I like to call it, but there's some space here to honor the curves that we have, right? If you flatten out your left side completely, then your right side is going to hike up a bit. So there's got to be a little bit of lift here to really keep the hips stacked. And my hips are very imbalanced. So that's another reason why I do this. All right, so lift that leg up to hip height. And we're going to kick it forward. Kick, kick, point the foot, and then reach back slowly with control. And lengthen that thigh out of that hip socket. So maintain this lift. And keep your shoulders stacked, keep your hips stacked. kick it forward, kick, kick, point the foot, reach it back, nice and long. So we'll go slow for the next 3, kick, kick, and reach. And also your arm stabilizes your upper body. So we're working the whole body as a unit. You're just stabilizing your upper body while the lower body's doing the work. And one more kick before we go a little faster for 5 more. Kick, kick, point, reach. And kick, kick, and point, reach. 3, point and reach. And 2, kick, kick, and reach. 1 more. Good. Now hover. Actually, there's 1 more. Now hover over the bottom leg. You're going to flex that heel. You're going to go up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3, and drop it at hip height. You're going to stop right at hip height. So don't go below that. And lift up, 2, 3, and down. And up, 2 more, down, and last 1. Good job. And now holding that leg up there, we're going to go into 5 circles in each direction. 5, 4. And I like to make these circles behind the bottom leg. So I know I'm working the back of the leg a little bit more. Now let's reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hovering over that leg, go ahead and drop it down for a moment. And we'll go into the inner thigh. So we're going to bend the top leg, just place it on the floor. And you can grab your ankle, pull that leg in. You're going to grab your ankle from the back and pull that leg in. Lift up your inner thigh, hold it up there, and then drop it down. Now do your best to stabilize this top leg. And I like to do it with my arm. I'm kind of pressing my arm into my leg. And lift up and hold, and then bring it down. And lift up and hold, and now pulse it. We're going to pulse it up, and as you're pulsing, the top leg starts to wiggle. So you want to stabilize that. And now pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now 5 circles in each direction with that bottom thigh, making sure that you glide against the floor so you know you're making a circle. And it's okay if it's a triangle. Now let's reverse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now scoop the belly in, lengthen your leg out nice and long. All right, we're going to go into the bicycle now with the top leg, engaging your abdominals. You also can rest your head down. So lift that leg at hip height. You're going to kick it forward, bend your knee, keep your knee and your hip and your foot in the same line. Take the thigh back while the knee is still bent, and then extend the leg in the back. All right, kick the leg forward, bend your knee, take your thigh back with your knee still bent. How far can you take it back? And then extend it back there. One more time. So we'll do 3 in each direction. So after this one, let's go ahead and reverse it. So your leg is in the back, lengthen out long. So bend your knee, take your knee to your nose. Just kidding. Extend the leg forward, and then take the leg straight back, straight back. Bend your knee, take your knee to your elbow or your nose, extend the leg forward, and one more, straight leg, straight back. How far can you reach it without falling backwards? How far can you take the leg back? Bend your knee, take your knee forward, extend the leg, and now hover over the bottom leg. Just stay hovering, and then go ahead and relax. So we're going to go over and do the other side. There's a lot more to add on to that, but yeah, this is where you should be feeling that. All right, so let's come up and roll over to the other side. Just keep track of time here. Okay. So line up your body with the whole back of the mat. Elbow, arm, shoulder, hips, feet. And then again, find a small lift in your oblique side. Again, so that helps to keep your hips stacked. Bring the legs forward. All right, so lifting that leg up at hip height. We're gonna kick it forward. Slow for the first 5, point the foot, and then reach back slowly with control. And swing it forward, kick, pulse, point the foot, reach it back. How far and long can you go without tipping your whole body back? We want to stay nice and stacked, keeping your shoulders stacked and your hips. And big kick, pulse, point the foot, and reach back. And 2 more. Kick, pulse, point, and reach. And again, kick, pulse, point, and reach. And a little faster for 5 more. Reach. 4, reach. Make sure that you're still taking those deep breaths that we talked about earlier, and that you're really pressing down with that bottom leg, because again, the bottom, what's connected to the floor is what's supporting us. All right, last one. Now hover over the bottom leg, flexing that heel. We're gonna go up from there. So we're hovering about a fist width apart at hip height. We're gonna go up slowly for 3 counts and then down 2, 3. And as the leg goes up, it's gonna get further away from the body. So you wanna really imagine that you're really disassociating that thigh from the hip socket. Reaching it out nice and long. And 2 more, lift and bring it down. Last one. And bringing it down, and it's going to circles. 5 circles towards the back behind the bottom leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. I'd like to do these a little quick because it challenges the stability in the upper body. Okay. Now hover over the bottom leg and go ahead and drop it. Let's bend the knee. Grab the back of your ankle from the back. You're going to pull that leg in as much as you can. And if this is difficult, you can always just leave your knee on the ground. All right, so holding that leg in, again, we're going to work to stabilize this top leg by pressing the arm, the forearm into the thigh and holding that position as we lift the inner thigh up, hold that position. Now we're working the bottom leg, flex the bottom foot, hold it up there, and then bring it down slowly. Okay, re-engage your abdominal muscles, press up, hold it. We're going to start pulsing it up. And so when we pulse the leg up, again, we want to stabilize this leg because this tends to happen when we start pulsing, right? So stabilize the top leg, lift up the inner thigh, and pulse up from there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now let's go into circles. So feel the bottom where the floor is. That's the bottom of your circle. You're going to go up with the inner thigh for 5, 4, 3, 2, and your circles do not have to be complete circles. They usually are triangles in the beginning. And reverse it for 5. And they don't need to be as big as mine. Good, and 2 more, and rest. Okay, so engage your hip to extend the top leg. We don't want to just snap the leg away from you. So hovering, find again, this usually happens how the top leg is shorter than the bottom leg. So if you're not engaging and stabilizing your hips, right, you want to find that position so everything is even. You hold your arms down and then you lift up. We're going to go into the bicycle. 3 in each direction. So kicking the leg forward, bend your knee. Keep your knee bent as you take the thigh back and then extend the leg in the back, holding that leg back there. And kick the leg forward, bend your knee, take the thigh back while the knee's bent, and then extend the leg in the back. Okay, one more time, straight forward. Bend the knee, the thigh goes back. How far can you take the thigh back? And then extend the leg. Now reversing that. While your leg is in the back, let's bend your knee. Take your knee forward and then extend the leg to the front. Take the leg straight back, bend the knee. Knee comes forward towards the nose, extend the leg one more time, straight leg back. Make sure your leg stays at hip height, bending your knee. Take the knee to your nose, just kidding. Extend the leg, hover over the bottom leg, and just hover for a moment and then rest it down. Good. All right. So it's funny. I always feel the bottom leg a bit more than I do this top hip now that I've been doing this for so long because I am focusing on the stability so much more. All right. So let's finish up with the mermaid. But I'm really excited for the next presenter because it's all about spinal strength and stability and aligning the body as well. All right, so let's go ahead and bring your feet, your legs in this position. This would be like the modified version, right? So one leg behind you and you have one hip kind of connected down to the ground, but the other one you're trying to lengthen it down. Or if you can stack your knees and just hold your feet on the side, that's another option too. All right, so we're gonna take So your right arm is holding on to your legs. Take your left arm up to the ceiling. Glue your ear to your arm. And you're going to lift up. So this shoulder is just coming off. Imagine someone's pulling that arm up. So from here, you're going to inhale as you lift up and exhale, reach towards where the wall meets the ceiling, and then come right back up. And inhale, lift up, and just do another nice stretch, blowing the air out towards the middle of the wall, and come right back to center. And one more, inhale, lift up. Exhale towards where the wall meets the floor. Okay, and then you can start rounding your body forward, and then just kind of relax that spine forward. Now sit up nice and tall. Now bringing that left arm down towards the floor, the elbow under your shoulder, and lift up. So really press the floor away from you, so you're not just on your shoulder, but you're lifting. Take the opposite arm, and then just do a counter stretch and reach. So as I'm reaching towards this wall, gluing my ear to my arm, I'm also thinking about reaching that hip towards the mat. Now, use your bottom arm, the arm that's on the floor, to press off and find the letter T. All right, here we go. Hold. Nice work. All right, so let's go ahead and switch our legs to the other side so we get a nice stretch on the other side. And it's okay if you need to widen your stance a bit. Grab your ankle, your top ankle. Take this arm up to the ceiling and relax your left arm. Now you're going to lift up with that right. As you inhale, exhale, reach towards where the wall meets the ceiling, blowing the air out, and come right back up. Relax the shoulders. And inhale, lift up. Reaching the arm up, glue the ear to the arm so that your head does not dangle in space, because your head is attached to your spine, believe it or not. And we want to keep it on there. We don't want to just drop it. And then come right back up to center. And last one, you're going to inhale, lift. Reach your hand towards where the wall meets the floor, right? So it's okay if we start rounding forward here. Actually, I like to do round forward. And I drop towards the center, and then I roll up my spine, bone by bone. All right, so let's separate legs and just do a quick cat-cow. And again, you want to thank yourself for doing this for your body. And let's go into a plank position. So typically after my classes, I like to end standing, because that's what people mostly do throughout their day, except now during COVID, we are tending to be home a lot. So, but we'll end in a standing position. So we'll go into a plank position, holding that position. Maybe do like 3 to 5 push-ups. They don't have to go all the way down to the floor. Just working the stability of the spine. And take your tailbone up in the air. Bend your knees a bit so you can really send those sit bones towards the ceiling and the heels down. And then you're going to walk your hands back in towards your legs. Drop your head, neck, and shoulders, and we'll do a roll up to standing. And then we can come back and regroup. So slowly bend your knees. Feel the back stretch a little bit more with the knees bent, just so you can relax your chest over your thighs. And then bone by bone, as you stabilize those legs there, bone by bone, you're going to start to round yourself up. Slowly start to press your hips forward so you stay over your feet. Don't let all the weight go to your heels. Rounding yourself up bone by bone. The shoulders glide and the head is the last thing. And take one arm up, the other arm up, and give yourself a high five. Thank you. How you